Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 5, Episode 99. It is Tuesday morning, and it is raining. It is 59 degrees outside, and I am on my way to work, and there's a million things going through my mind right now. Oh my gosh, so much stuff. Family members needing help everywhere. Problems. Oh, so much stuff. Yesterday, a friend of mine called me. He's in another state, and he had a play that was kind of borderline, but technically it was a play, and it was a $100 per spin play, and he wanted to see if I wanted to split it with him. I ended up taking 20%. Another friend of mine took 20%, and the guy took 30, and his friend took 30. So I was in for 1/5 of the action. And it was like, it just took a long time to unfold. So it was a little bit like, a little bit nerve-wracking, I would say. So let me go back here for okay, at 6:50, he told me that he had this play, 6:50 p.m. And we decided, okay, we're going to do it. And by 8 o'clock, by 8:30, he had figured out his portion of what he wanted to do, and then it wasn't until 10 o'clock before he got there because he needed money. So he brought $35,000 to do the play, and so he started playing it around 10:05, and around 10:50. He was halfway done. And you might say, well, why does it take so long? Well, because at $100 a spin, if you win 21 units or 20 units, it's a W-2. So you have to stop and wait for them to do the taxes and come back and leave and all this stuff. So he had multiple ones, and he did record it for me. So he's going to send me the video as well. But so at 7:50, he was halfway through, and then we finally finished it up at 11:27 p.m. He said that it finally hit. I said, "Are we up?" And he said, "I don't think so." And so he did the math and counted the money in his pocket and determined that we lost $6,431 on it, $6,432 on it. So that was bad. And then he later on he recounted the money in his pocket and figured everything up, and actually discovered that we lost less. We lost $5,402. So that would mean I lost $1,080. So he's gonna get it uploaded to YouTube for us to view, and then I'm gonna meet him. So my problem is tomorrow is a long day, and I was already planning on going very, very, very far tomorrow. But the region that he's in is the region I just came back from my trip from. So it's like I wasn't planning on going that direction for maybe 6 months. So I will have to go tomorrow the other direction. I'll be there overnight, come back, maybe meet with him Thursday night after I get back. So that's, I think, the soonest that I could do it. So but yeah, so that's what happened there. I didn't mention I made a little bit of money on Sunday, but not much. So, and then yesterday on sports, which I got to remember to do the sports stuff because I keep forgetting, I made like $250 on that. So what did I make yesterday? About 4 something yesterday, and then lost 1,000. So we were down about $600 yesterday. Today's a big day for me. The kitchen is finally going to get done, pretty much. So the backsplashes, which are enormous, are going to be put in. Then I'll need someone to come back in, get the faucet put back in, the drains, all the plumbing underneath put back in. And then my wife added a faucet above the stove, so we'll have to have that finally completed. The pipe is in, and the stone will be in around it today. The only thing I'm concerned about is the stone is about 2 inches thick, and we've got 7 outlets probably there in the wall, which means we have to get 2-inch long screws to be able to put them in. And I hope all of them have an extra 2 inches of wire in there, because if they don't, we're screwed, because you can't get to the wire anymore. It's all covered by stone. So that could be a gigantic problem. Hopefully not. So anyway, right now we're heading to work. I brought an old Pentium 1 CPU chip to work to show everybody, because they wanted to see some of the older stuff that I had. So I brought that with me. So alright, that's what's going on, heading to work, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back, just leaving the office, 10:30, heading to the casino. It's raining outside, 69 degrees outside, and I'm having trouble with one of my banks. I don't understand what's going on. Started off with a payment not being made, and now there's multiple payments not being made. The money is in the account, and when the account is verified, it's verified properly, and then it doesn't work. And this morning I tried to deposit money in the account, and it wouldn't give me, it wouldn't allow me to deposit it. Now that ATM may have had an issue, but I'm going to give them a call right now, find out what's going on. But in the meantime, we're going to be driving to this casino. Our goal is just to make anything right now. I'm in a slump right now, and I just want to do the right thing and make a little bit of money and just be positive every day. I'm not trying to make $1 million right now. I'm just trying to be positive for the visit. So that's all we're trying to do the right things, and whatever happens, happens, and go with the flow, and things will get better. They're installing the backsplashes right now at my house, and I'll probably leave a little bit early from work to go verify all that stuff. But other than that, I mean, like I said, there's a million things going through my mind. Let me make this phone call here, and I'll be back to update you after my next stop. Alright guys, I am back, and really not much in there. I was able to make a little bit of money, but it was pretty slow in there. And someone had already been there, so both of those factors were not good. Walked in, found something relatively quickly, a couple different levels, played them, was ahead like $12. Went to the back area, nothing there, coming back around. Found a play on a machine that just sucks as a machine, just a terrible machine. Lost $8 on that one. Found another machine, wanted to play, but I was almost done searching the whole place, and you know, I needed to play this. I didn't want anyone else to get anything, so I put my voucher and my card in. I leaned the chair up. I don't know the last time I've done that, but I did that and looked at the last couple of machines, nothing there. Came back and played that one through, and ended my session slightly ahead, plus 137. So 137, and right now I am heading to the bank because I tried to deposit money this morning and it wouldn't work. So we're going to go do that, and probably grab some food, and then head back to the office. And then I do want to come back here, but I do need to go home also for the countertop stuff. So we'll find a way to get at least a second session in today. So yeah, the rain finally stopped. Traffic is really heavy though, but I've got my new laptop now. Beautiful, works fine. They want me to bring in my old charger. I'm like, I don't know where that is. I got a million of them. He's like, oh, it needs to say Dell on it. So let me see what I have in here. What's this one say on it? This is generic. And what's this other one? Oh, here's a Dell one. All right, I'll give him this one, and then I'll take the new one that he gives me and put that one in the car. So that's good. All right, so we got a Dell one. I'll give it to him when I get back to the office. yeah, other than that, not much else going on. Just did a lot of stuff this morning. It looks like I'm going to be opening a bank account in Las Vegas. It'll make it easier for me to do a lot of the things I want to do. This one in particular, actually, someone actually referred me to one, but there's another one too that I'm interested in that specifically talks about being friendly to poker players, which is good because a lot of money in and out. And I don't need to make any interest on it. I don't really care about that as long as there's no fees, and I can do 100 or 200 transactions in a month. Then I'll start cranking those out again. But I need to figure out. There's a subscription I'll probably need to cancel because I'm not going to use it temporarily. That has to do with gambling, and then probably set up this account, and then maybe I'll pick that one back up again. So we'll see. But everything is okay right now. Heading to the bank. I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. Just leaving work. It's 10 after 1. My team wasn't even in there when I got back, and they're still not in there. I think they're either at lunch together or at a meeting together. I saw on their schedule it's a tentative hour and a half long. So either way, it doesn't matter to me, because it doesn't matter to me. I did actually find the plug for my laptop. I took that in. Sorry about the noise. Got the new power cord for the new laptop. That's all taken care of. And got my stuff done that I needed to do, which was really not much. And then I was looking at the cruise and actually found something really interesting. If we go in July, the price is like so high. Like for a bad room per person would be like $1,100, which doesn't sound like a lot until you factor in plus daily tips, which are like whatever, $30, $35 or so, and then plus port fees and taxes. So it gets to be pretty expensive for a big family. But if we wait until the end of August and take the same trip, they'll miss a week of school, which I've got to figure out if that would work for the ones that are taking some college classes on the side. But if we wait till the last week of August into September, then the price for a suite would cost less than the price for the bad rooms would be. And instead of getting an okay room, then I would upgrade to a suite, which is, I mean, it says like each suite is for 4 people, but it's 1 bed, 1 couch. I don't know where the 4th person would be, but it doesn't matter because we're going to have multiple rooms anyway, and it'll all even out. But we want to put all the people on the cheapest room. So actually, that does change things a little bit. Actually makes it cheaper to go with the suite than for the balcony that we're gonna be getting for free. I'll have to call them, but before I book it, I want to talk to the kids tonight and make sure it's not going to interfere with any college stuff. Regular high school stuff I'm not worried about. They're all good in school, no problem. But I just don't want them to miss any college classes, so we'll check on that. And if that works out, then we'll get that booked tonight. I talked to my boss and I said, hey, they're installing the backsplashes today. Do you mind if I leave a little early and oversee the rest of the install and get them paid? And he said, nope, go ahead. So I left the office and we are heading to the casino. So let's head over there and take a lap, try to make some money, and then we'll go home and oversee the rest of what they're doing, get them paid, and then we'll get ready for our trip tomorrow, which is a very long trip. So that's what's going on right now, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, what is going on here? The lady's pointing at somebody. I don't know. Oh, nice day out, sunny day, just leaving this casino. Not too busy in there. However, when I was trying to cash out, my voucher wasn't working. It sat in that machine for a good minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then it spit out a receipt instead of another voucher. So I'm like, usually when I go places, if the machine is out of money or whatever, I don't know why it wouldn't have a thing saying out of order, but usually it would just spit out a different voucher, and then you put that in another machine and you're all set. Well, no, not this time. This time it spit out a receipt that kind of looked like a cash advance or like a ATM withdrawal or something like that, which is dangerous because someone could just leave it there. Then I had to take it to the cashier, who was new, who needed help, and finally got my funds. But walked in, see this guy. He used to be my my host, and said hello to him. Walked in, looked around, nothing. Looked around, nothing. I found one machine way in the back, and I got lucky on that one because the lady was just getting up from it, and I waited for her to get her voucher out, which took forever. I don't know what her deal was, just taking forever to take the voucher out of the machine. And then sat down, checked a different level, and there it was, beautiful. It was $2 a spin. Spun it 30 times, hit a bonus, spun it about 15 more, and hit it, and ended up leaving ahead $139. So $139 on top of the $137 from earlier and all that other stuff. So that's all good at least. Right now, 71 degrees, feels hot. I don't know why, maybe because I have jeans on. But we are heading toward home. My wife did send me pictures of the kitchen. Looks good. Thank goodness that's over. I'll call those guys tomorrow and get them paid, and we'll be all set. I do have another property that I'm working on right now. I don't really talk about it, but bunch of stuff going on there. Just put new air conditioning in there, new windows, new furnace, all that kind of stuff, and working on a new back door, some changes in a couple bathrooms. So there's a lot of big stuff going on there. Not that I need the money. Who needs the money? And then all the other stuff going on that I keep talking about that I'm not going to keep saying. But right now, let's head toward home. We can do some segments. What did you eat today, MW? Actually, unusual. Yesterday I had 2 hot dogs, which was unusual. Today I had a large Wendy's chili, and I know there's a lot of protein in there, but there's also sugar in there as well. So not the best thing for me, but I do like chili. I just don't like it when they take the chili off the top instead of getting down at the bottom and getting the chunks of meat, But whatever. So ate that. That was, I'll give that, I don't know. I give that a 8 on a scale of 2 through 8. I think they put too much onion in there. I like onion. I like raw onion. I like cooked onion, everything else, but it doesn't really belong the way that they put it in there. And I don't know if you know or not, but the way that Wendy's makes their chili is when they're cooking their burgers, when they're frying their burgers, any pieces that fall off the corners and stuff, they put that in a bin and they use that to make the chili, which is pretty cool. So it becomes next day's chili. But so let's just give it an 8 on a scale of 2 through 8. And what did you tip today, MW? I tipped $0. And actually, bless her heart, I saw this lady that works at the casino, older lady, and her job is just to push the chairs in. And I said, man, are you all right? Because she looked like she was kind of sad. And she said, yeah, I just have to wear this thing on my heart. They're trying to figure out what's wrong with it. And that made me sad, actually, because she's a nice lady. She's always saying hello and stuff. But I talked to her for a second. And then, what did you tip? We said $0. If we didn't, it's $0. And what did you learn today, MW? What did I learn? Let me think about this for a second. Definitely learned a bunch of stuff about Norwegian Cruise Line and the way it works. And if we go in August, September, instead of July, the price for the same thing is ridiculously different. It's like less than half. So we're going to hopefully do it and end up with a suite instead of just an ocean view, we're going to end up with a suite with a large balcony instead of a regular balcony for less money. So that room, just that one room for 4 people would normally be, not including taxes and fees and tips and all that, $8,200. Right now it would be $2,900. So I'm excited about that. So let's head home, let's rest, get ready for tomorrow, and I'll catch up with you then. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.